first ecological garden, second parking naman po sa tribal village. Pero before naman po kayo papasok, papakilala ko muna sa inyo yung part ng Palawan. Yan po is Palawan Peacock Pheasant. Sa Tagalog po ay tantikan. Itong color brown, siya po ay babae, they called peacock. Yung color blue naman po siya yung pinakaitaas. Siya naman po yung lalaki called peacock. So sila po ay native or those are imported na galing ibang bansa. Dahil dito po wala tayong malaking peacock. Dahil din sa kagandahan ng peacock, siya rin yung ginawang official seal or logo po ng Puerto Princesa since 1970. Bumubuka lang siya ng kanyang buntot kapag nandiligaw sa kanyang partner.
O, tingnan mo. Ngayon lang.
Oh! Dito po kayo. Rescue po or donated ng mga tricycle drivers. So, yung iba po nakikita sa daan, sa kasara. And then, i-direct ko na rin sa barang. Kami po yung papakain. Kumakain po sila ng kangkong and also banana. Napakain namin sila ng banana.
Last time we have 5 of this African sport, but we don't have one yet because
kaya ano pa siya, nasa pupa stage pa lang tayo. Ito na malabas yung totoo niyang skin.
we're more aggressive also.
It's one of the most strongest beetle all over the world. And this one po is a rhino beetle. Yung sumisira po ng mga coconut.
And on the other side there we have the rhinoceros beetles are also known as coconut beetles. They destroy coconut trees.
They look like a stick but they are actually insects. Asan siya? Dito po sila. Oh!
Okay.
Ayan. Maganda niya pa? Okay. Ito po ay lalaki. Lalaki! Mas mabilis yung lalaki, bumapang po kayo sa lalaki. Nangyata ko siya. Harmless po sila. Harmless po sila, hindi sila nalaman.
Sing-sing pari pa naman.
Yes po, sing-sing pari. Yung pupo nila ay pataba sa atin. Yung alin? Yung pupo nila ay pataba sa ating lupa. Sila po ay kumakain ng pipino dito sa garden. Kumakain din sila ng mga bulok na kahoy at bulok na dahon. So, sila ay nag-release ng fluid na baba.
Try mo, hawakan.
Medyo aggressive po siya ngayon. Kanina sinipit niya ako. Ay, init ulo?
Oh, mainit ang ulo?
I think, yes.
May attitude din ng girl. Pagod na siya.
Kasi po marami na akong nakawak sa kanila.
May attitude. Siyempre sabi niya, ito pa naman lagi na lang stay kayo na tingin sa akin.
Dalawa. Babae at lalaki po may mga puting barbag sila. Critically endangered na po sila ngayon kasi kinakain sila ng mga tao sa bahay. Ingat po sila. Masarap yung karne niya. So yung Palawan Bearcat, sila itulog sa umaga, active sa gabi. They are nocturnal. Kumakain din po sila ng saging. Sa wild, kumakain sila ng mga ibon at squirrels. So, ayan po. Punta po tayo sa second part nito ni Ma'am, sir. Palang, sir.
Okay, so right here po, we have saltwater turtle, crocodile. Ayun yung po yung stress niya. And let's go here po, everyone, to Raymond Village po. To the second part of your tour. For those who want to take pictures or videos po, much better sa harap po kayo po.
Ma!
For the tribal village. So here you will not watch a show, we will have a cultural sharing. It will take about 15 minutes and I will be your interpreter since the tribes here, they have their own dialect, they call Palauan. They can understand Tagalog but they prefer to use their own dialect. Okay? So, kumag na na. Okay, so some of them say manumang tangal daw, or it means good noon po, or parang good afternoon na rin, magandang tanghali. Ayan, so here in the mainland of Palawan, there are three major tribes. First are the Batak tribes, second the Tagbanwa tribes, and lastly the Palauan tribes. They are the original inhabitants of the southern part of Palawan, from Aborlan down south to Rio Tuba. And they are the possible descendants of the Tabunman. Are you familiar with the Tabunman? It's the caveman that lived here for thousands of years. In this place became their temporary home. Since 1976, different families of them have been coming here. They visit to sell their products there, and then they stay for a couple of months, weeks. It depends on them on how long. After that, they go back at the mountains. And it's about 200 kilometers away from here. So what we have here is a livelihood program, because we notice that their cultures are slowly disappearing because of the life modernization. So at least here, we are able to encourage them to at least continue to at least share the rich cultures and traditions. So, okay na ba ninyo? Okay, sir, please hold that po. You can just give the texture. Pwede ka rin amuyin, and then after po, pasin nyo lang sa inyong katabi, and then at the back, okay? So, that thing that you are holding right now is one of the most important traditional product of the Palauan tribes. They call that bagtik. Bagtik is a sap or a resin, gagta, from almasiga. That is a large tree that can only be found in the mountains or higher elevation areas. So that resin, at first is sticky liquid. After 1 month, it will be hard enough na parang bato, and then they will bring that here to sell, because that resin is the main ingredient in making our paints, varnish, fiberglass, nail polish, and other related products. And that is also flammable, or pwede siyang simulan. And we also have their native backpack they call bakid. It's made out of rattan, and ito yung pinaglalagay ng mga materials or products nila. Like for example, the bagtik. So if it is full, they just tie this up so that the product won't fall. Kapag ka mabigat sa kanila or in their dialect mabugat, no problem, because they have the head strap or head support to carry more weight. So yun, sabi niya, that's the real bakid with the bagtik they carry up and down in the mountains. Sinabunin nila, they can carry at least 30 kilos or up to 50 kilos. So imagine, that's really heavy. And we have an example there po, pinasabay nila natin. So here we have also their musical instruments, because they are also music lovers. That's when we have the native drum, firstly, okay, so he said they call this gimbal. Gimbal is a hollow wood that they carved. On top is an animal skin. This one is from a cow skin or balat ng baka. And at the back, we have the smaller ones they call sanam. The larger one is called agong. Back at the mountains, when they hear the echoes of the agong, it's they're communicating with the spirits of their ancestors. So now they will play all these instruments together. They call this batal. Okay, so that's their batal. So if you want to say thank you to the tribes, in their dialect, thank you is magsupur. Yes, magsupur. So here, I forgot to mention earlier, they only play their instruments, they don't dance here to entertain, because tribal dances are rituals, which is sacred. They only dance when they have weddings, with the harvest, and other occasions back at the mountains. And they dance all night long together with the women and children. And before the arrival of the modern guitar here in the Philippines, the Palauan tribe already have their 2-string guitar. They call it Kudyapi or Kudlungan. It is considered as one of the first guitar here in the Philippines. So now, let's hear them play the Kudyapi. Okay, so that's the music. So that music is what they call Bagit, which means bird song, because their music are more on nature. That's why it's called again Bagit or bird song. So they usually play that. And they have another instrument they call aruding. So aruding is made from a piece of a wild palm. On top, they have they put beeswax to adjust its sound. And through vibration using their mouth, they can create an amazing sound. Aruding din naman. So that's the aruding. What's the core? So, it's much more beautiful po yan and much more, maganda talaga yung pakinggan kapag mas marami. Back at the mountains, they play it all together with the other families. On the mountains naman, they also, hunt animals. They're hunter-gatherers. That's why we have those spears. The two special spears of the tribes. So, Bisep, this one is called Ligid. The other one, it's called Suraya. So according to them, these metals they have here together with the Agong and the Sanang, it's from their great-great-grandfather, handed down to them generation after generation. So it's hundreds of years to them. This Suraya is used to trap their target, like the wild pigs, for example. They just throw this spear, and because of the hooks, it will get stuck. And if the target tries to escape, it will only separate from its handle. And the purpose of this handle is to hang on the bushes or on the trees. So the target can no longer run. And they will follow up with that ligid to finally kill their target. So basically, Surayang to trap, ligid for the kill. Okay, so that's the music. So that music is what they call Bagit, which means bird song, because their music are more on nature. That's why it's called again Bagit or bird song. So they usually play that. And they have another instrument they call aruding. So aruding is made from a piece of a wild palm. On top, they have they put beeswax to adjust its sound. And through vibration using their mouth, they can create an amazing sound. Aruding din naman. So that's the aruding. What's the core? So, it's much more beautiful po yan and much more, maganda talaga yung pakinggan kapag mas marami. Back at the mountains, they play it all together with the other families. On the mountains naman, they also, hunt animals. They're hunter-gatherers. That's why we have those spears. The two special spears of the tribes. So, Bisep, this one is called Ligid. The other one, it's called Suraya. So according to them, these metals they have here together with the Agong and the Sanang, it's from their great-great-grandfather, handed down to them generation after generation. So it's hundreds of years to them. This Suraya is used to trap their target, like the wild pigs, for example. They just throw this spear, and because of the hooks, it will get stuck. And if the target tries to escape, it will only separate from its handle. And the purpose of this handle is to hang on the bushes or on the trees. So the target can no longer run. And they will follow up with that ligid to finally kill their target. So basically, Surayang to trap, ligid for the kill. So that's their bird whistle. And if the target is visible, they will now use their blow darts and they will show you how to use that. So to everyone, look at the target there, the throwing pig. Okay, so that's how they shoot animals. Syukur. So, according to them, to everyone, they can hit much farther than that. So, imagine they have a very strong lung power. And here in the Philippines, they are the only tribes that don't use bow and arrows. They only use their blow darts. That's why they're really good at using that. Or they're sharpshooters. So they're good at using that. They call it in their dialect Sampukan. In Tagalog, we call it Sumpit. But here, they don't hunt anymore. We discourage them in hunting because our hunting ground is very limited. With the help of this little program, every afternoon, we just give them this donation box, and we also have a good share at the garden so that they have money they can use to buy their needs at the market. And when they hunt animals like monkeys, wild pigs back at the mountains, they put poison on the tip of their darts. And that poison is really powerful that if they hit the target in a few minutes, it will die. So if they accidentally hurt themselves or you guys with that dart with poison, say goodbye as well. Because they still don't have the antidote for that poison. That's why it's really a secret to them. But according to them, this plant is one of the ingredients in making the poison. They call this beta. They connect the resin of this plant, mix it with other plants, cook it in a slow fire to make the poison powerful. On that brain, those are the real darts with poison po. Yun ang sa brain. So when they use that in animals, they wash them into the running water. After that, they can still eat them. And for the last part, his name is Tantan. He will show you how they create fire up in the mountains. So they have a unique way to use three materials of creating fire. See that? Okay, so he said it's called santikan, or it means to strike or friction. See, there's a spark. Marito po yung bato. They have three materials. First is a native cotton, flintstone, the second one, and then the last one is a piece of metal. So with just a few strikes now, we already have the smoke visible to that native cotton. So all we need now is dried leaves to create fire. So that's their fastest way. And back at the mountains, the children at least 10 years old, they already know how to create fire because it's part of their survival. Like right now, most of the children went back at the mountains to study. We have basic education. Some of them, they go down to study in our schools. Go to our schools and may ba nakagraduate na like them. They are our official tribal photographers. They will take picture of you later with them and with their pet, the albino python. That's our albino python. That's their pet. It's called Ginger. So that's how they create fire. Back at the mountains also, they don't have electricity. They have their native torch. It's their light. According to them, 1 foot of this torch, this long, can last for 3 to 5 nights, depending on use. They believe also that the smoke can drive away bad spirits, bad luck. They also use this for aromatherapy because of the smell, insect repellents, and to cure headaches or stomach aches. Nagpaka nila po. Sanay na sila talaga. Baka the mountains ko lang at a young age, they create fire na talaga. Kaya wala nilang kapakaka. And again, they use this for aromatherapy. So I will go around you guys. Try to smell the smoke po. Most people say it's like incense, kamangyan, also sasiban, or sage. And some it says that like it's incense na may konting menthol. So ngayon, lahat kayo nausukan na, wala na yung bad luck. Paglabas ni Burrito, try nyo tumaya sa Lotto later. So, joke lang. So if you want to know more information on how it all started, we have more information at the back. And that is all for our cultural sharing. So, mag-support. So if you want to buy their products din po, meron tayong souvenir shop there. And then here we have a donation box because at the end of the day, it's for the sustainability of this livelihood program. And if you want to take picture with them, again po, you can just follow our tribal photographers. They will take picture of you with the tribes and their pet, Ginger, the albino python. So group na lang po, okay? First group who wants to take picture with the tribes, follow Tahing. And second group who wants to take picture with the python first, you can present there po. And then after, exchange naman.
Sino lang po? Pakul ka lang man.
For the newcomers, let's go here.
Ito pala is buhay.
Bakit na sila nanonood? Pinakalas na umakyat si Ma'am na nakatay-tay ng flu. Tay-tay ng karet. Karet flu. Kasama sila nakatay-tay din ng karet.
Yun yung sa instance ni Bada ka na bala po.